Welcome, friends. Today we have iconic British actor Guy Snyder, who's basically must have seen in Pirates of the Caribbean and a number of famous BBC TV series.
Iconic.
So today we are going to interview him at the Angel Film Awards in a Monaco Film Festival. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
You have basically worked both as a producer as well as actor.
I'm an actor, very much an actor, and a wannabe producer. I have my own movie that I am working on.
A new project?
Yes, working on my own project. No, actually, it's not a comedy. Everybody expects it to be. It is not. It's very much a drama. But my body of work has entirely been acting. Yes, for more years than I care to remember.
Okay. What is the secret of being a successful actor like yourself?
Talent. Genius.
Okay, cool.
Nothing more to be said.
Okay.
You asked.
Yeah, very precise.
No, actually, if truth be known, and every actor, including those two over there, will identify with this stamina. You know, keep at it. Because, boy, it's a hard business. It is. Except for the very few at the very top. And it changes all the time. But, for a few mega movie stars in Hollywood, the pickings are easy. But for everyone else, it's a hard life.
Very honest answer.
Yeah, it's the truth. It was ever thus, it always was. Even when I came into the profession, God knows how many years ago, there was 90% unemployment in the acting profession, and I'm sure it's much more than that now, because there are so many drama schools, so many people are being trained as so-called actors. I don't know where they all go or how they exist, because there isn't the work for them.
But you are like a superstar.
I was very lucky. I was in a hit comedy series called Allo Allo, which ran for 10 years. And it was about the war, and it ran nearly twice as long as the war did. I was very lucky. I got a wonderful role, and the public took it to their hearts, and it was hugely successful. So, yeah, lucky me. And then after that, I moved to LA, and I made movies exclusively, really. A few sort of guest appearances on television shows, but basically I went because I wanted to make films, and that's my interest primarily now, which is why I'm here.
Okay. Would you like to say something about Monaco Film Festival, Angel Film Awards?
What I would like to say really is just good for Rosanna and Dean for keeping it together. I mean, goodness me, this is the 15th year, and it's wonderful to be here in Monaco, and I really admire their sticking to their principles about the non-violence and getting rid of the sort of gratuitous stuff that is not needed in film. It's not necessary, and that's their thesis, and they stick to it, and good for them.
You have acted basically both in the Hollywood as well as in British films.
In the US and in the
And I think your father was also from the US, and your mom.
My father American, my mother
Yes.
English. Yes.
How do you see yourself? Do you see more English or more?
Sort of really more English now, but we say in my family that I'm half and half. I'm half American and half English. And when I was young, it was quite a problem, because my parents separated when I was very young and lived in the two different countries. And so when I would go and visit my father, he would say, what's with the limey accent? And and then I'd come home, and my mother would say, well, why are you putting on an American voice? What's all that about? And I go, who am I? I don't know. I'm only 10. It was difficult, but at the same time, I loved it. Both my sister and I feel the same, that we don't really belong anywhere, because we were uprooted very, very young. I mean, at like 5, and brought across the pond, and it's a long way. And the result is that we don't feel we belong anywhere, but at the same time, we also feel we belong everywhere, which is lovely.
And you work basically both in Hollywood as well as in British films. What difference do you see them in Hollywood films and the British way of making films?
Making films specifically, I don't want to get myself into trouble here, but, well, let me put it this way. I lived in LA, and LA is an industry town. So, they make 500 movies a year in LA. Well, they used to. In England, it's very much smaller market. That's really all I'm prepared to say about it.
Your favorite actor? One, basically, you was inspired in the beginning of your career.
Oh, well, not in the beginning of my career, but now I think probably the sort of the great actor of our generation, in my humble opinion, is Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
Yeah, I think he's wonderful.
You've acted along with him.
I have, yes, but that's not why I'm saying this. He's dangerous and exciting, and has, in a long career, he's chosen some very unlikely and wonderful work. For a long time, he didn't play the Hollywood game at all. He just did what he wanted, and didn't care whether he was A-list or not. And the result is he's got a marvelous back catalogue of movies.
You've acted in hundreds of films. Which role you liked really most in your life?
Oh, well, it has to be the TV. I'm afraid it has to be Lieutenant Gruber. It has to be Hello, Hello, because it was 10 years of my working life. And also, he was a lovely man. He was a much nicer man than I am. I miss him greatly.
What advice you will give to somebody who would like to be as successful as yourself?
Don't do it. As I said, it's persistence. It's persistence. Assuming you have the talent, it's persistence. Because, it's a hard business. In a way, it's a good thing that it is, If it was easy, anyone could do it.
Right. That's true. How do you stay that young and that energetic?
Well, flatterer, I don't. I get older by the moment and feel it.
I just check your age, and I think you at least looks 15 years younger than your age.
Well, you're very kind. Ask some girls. I think they'll disagree.
Thank you very much for your time, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Gupta. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure.